Look, man, we got a new Kaseki. He might be the best tank in the game. Look at this guy. This is from Season 4, the final fight against Stanley's army. So this guy, incredible tank. Kaseki has always been a tank in this game. I actually don't think there is a single Kaseki that is not a tank. I think he's the only character in the game that is exclusive to one category or type. So Kaseki here, I mean, just look at his stats. He has the best HP and defense for a tank in the game. Now, a lot of people who have been playing the game recently would think, okay, yes, he's great. His stats are incredible. But we have Matsukaze, who recently released about 2 months ago. This guy is also considered to be the best tank in the game. At max rank, he has 18,400 HP and 3,300 defense, which is a bit higher than Kaseki. He's also an offensive tank because he is an area attacker. He also has a 3,700 attack stat, which is better than a lot of actual like fighter characters. He also has fast movement speed and is very tough. Well, not very tough, but he is tough. The main problem with this guy is that his ranking items do never come around, so it's going to take you ages to actually get him to rank 5. So for most of the time you have him, he's going to be either rank 3 or rank 4, like I have him here. I mean, even with rank 4, he's still my best tank by far, even though I have characters like Bar and Poker Francois, Dress Up Yen, who has probably the best defense because he does have this skill. Even at no duplicates, his defense increases by 40%, going up to about a 3,200 defense. So I mean, he's way worse than Matsukaze. He uses up one of his skills just to get up to Matsukaze's defense. So this guy is great, but Matsukaze has him beat. This is of course a standard pull Kinro, not the greatest character, but for knockback teams, he could still be used. This guy was my best tank for a long time. His skills are terrible. I mean, he just gives resource and increases movement speed slightly. His stats are great, but he doesn't have a very high defense compared to some of the other tanks. So he's not a terrible beginner tank, but he's just not the greatest to use once you reach to the end game and you fighting against hard, difficult ranking events. Now this Kaseki, his stats are incredible. He has incredible action speed to go alongside his attack. He's definitely comparable to Matsukaze in terms of offense. Matsukaze is also a similar attack stat, but he is very slow action speed. But then once again, we have to compare the fact that Matsukaze is a area attacker. This guy's single target. So for different purposes, they kind of even in my opinion. One has single target, but action speed is much higher. But in terms of just being a tank, I think Kaseki does it better because, I mean, look at this. His skill 2. If HP is under 50%, own defense increase by 72%. If you get this guy to completely max, you get 10 duplicates. He has the highest defense in the game. Now we have characters like the recent Kohaku. She's a fighter character, but she's a pseudo tank. She does get up to a defense of about 3,500, which besides Kaseki is probably the highest in the game, even more than Matsukaze. But I would say her ability to increase defense above 25% is worse than Kaseki's ability to increase it under 50%. Because it's very easy for Kohaku to get slightly below 25%, and then she instantly dies because she loses her defense. But for Kaseki, he is a top tier tank even before that defense increase. But then once you go past 50%, no one's going to deal damage to him. Your healers can come in and get him back up to above 50% HP, and then he can continue buffing your allies with 24% extra attack. So both below and above 50%, he has incredible benefit, and he's going to be much more sustainable as a tank compared to Kohaku. So just as a specialist tank, best in the game by far. Even if you take a look at what he does without any duplicates, he's still, I think, 24% defense here, which still gets him to about, I think, a 4,000 defense 24% of 3,100. Yeah, he's gonna get to about 3,700, I think. Just trying to do the maths in my head. 3,800, I think, without any duplicates. Yeah, easily the best tank. That's the best you can get without any duplicates. I mean, it's not hard to pull one Kaseki. Definitely worth your investment. He also has knockback leader skills, so that's pretty unique. Not a lot of characters have it. Another important thing is that he's a low resource cost character. It's very easy to get him to resource level 5, which we don't know the exact point of increasing resource level, but it can be kind of assumed based on just looking at how characters behave in battles, that increasing resource level increases their stats by HP, attack, and defense. So getting him to resource level 5 very quick is going to make his stats even better. He's going to be the first character to be sent out with a very fast movement speed. So he's going to act as a barrier to the enemies. They won't be able to cross, and he's going to be out there on the field immediately thanks to his low resource cost and high action speed. I mean movement speed. So yeah, Kaseki, great tank, definitely worth pulling for. I'm going to go through Chelsea in a separate video. But this last part of the video will just be dedicated to showing off this Kaseki on a newer account. So here I am on my alt. This is a reroll account where I got 5 copies of Kohaku. And she goes incredibly with Kaseki. I've talked about Kohaku quite a bit, and basically I think Kohaku's great alongside a really proper tank, and that Kaseki fulfills that role incredibly. So Kohaku here, I have skill level 3, so below 25% she becomes a 350% attack increase, which gets her to like a, I think, 15,000 attack stats with a fast action speed. Yeah, incredible. But the issue is that once again, below 25% she will die incredibly quick, thanks to her losing her 70% defense increase. Now Kaseki, if you get Kohaku below 25% and then Kaseki comes in protecting Kohaku, then you will essentially have, for a very long time, you'll have access to Kohaku's max attack stat without anyone killing her. So Kaseki acting as that protector for Kohaku is quite important. Unfortunately, it does require quite precise timing. You can't do this on auto, but I'm going to show you what I mean. And yeah, this is incredible. Now, if you are running that sort of composition, you can't run support characters because they'll heal Kohaku above 25% very easily. So it's kind of a very high speed composition because, of course, Kaseki will eventually die without any healers. But if Kohaku is so high attack stat, she will kill the enemy before they have the chance to kill off Kaseki. It's quite an interesting team to run. And I will show you up against the current event against Joel, which I will talk about extensively in another video on my main account, which teams are best to run based on your, are you a newer player? Are you an endgame player? Do you have a lot of characters, a lot of high offensive units? Joel is a quite interesting event character. It's very difficult. So that's going to be analyzed in a separate video. But since this is a fairly recent account, there's not a lot of investment into these characters. Kohaku's only rank 2, level 79, 73 even. Kaseki only has rank... Okay, I can actually get him to up to rank 3. See, Kaseki, I only have him rank 3, level 59, and his HP is already 10,000. I mean, just look at this guy, bro. As a new player, he's going to be so quick to get running as an incredible tank. So let me just get some investment in him. But I'll take him up against this ranking event, which is, of course, where he's going to be the best since he has a 50% defense increase. I actually think I calculated it. If you max Kaseki and you use him in this event, I think he has a defense of like 10,000 or something. It's ridiculous. Okay, no, it's 8,000, but that's still like double like, it's way beyond double even the highest defense we've seen so far. I mean, we have Matsukaze getting up to 3,400 defense, 8,000 defense. And I mean, even without being boosted, if you get him max, bruh, this guy's insane. He's gonna have like I think 6,500 defense if you take away that 1.5x multiplier from him being boosted. But anyways, let's get straight into the event. We're going to go up against the hard difficulty. Now, as I said, it takes quite precise timing. Right now, Kohaku actually dies very easily. Actually, I think against this event, yeah, my best time is 5 minutes and 41 seconds against this difficulty. Maybe it's not the best one to go up against the hard difficulty. Usually I run this composition, which, yes, Kohaku doesn't get the massive attack, but this is definitely a surefire way to win, since this guy is going to give you 20% crit chance, making the runs much quicker. We have Ruri, who decreases enemy attack, and then Yuzuriya, who buffs allied defense. If you bring Yuzuriya alongside the new Kaseki, yeah, he's going to be invincible. Just incredible. But against normal here, I just want to show you guys how incredible Kohaku can be. So we're going to turn off auto. We're going to throw Kohaku in. So I don't want this to be a Kohaku showcase because obviously we're focusing on Kaseki. But you'll see how incredible Kaseki can be. So once Kohaku starts going to a lower HP, I think we can summon in Kaseki now. And she should be safe. Come on, Kaseki. Ah, okay. We messed up a bit, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm just gonna restart so you guys can see. Well, it's a Kaseki showcase. Just look at how he's just not taking any damage. How defense works is that if the enemy's attack stat is 3,000, Kaseki will never take damage from them because every attack the enemy does will have to bypass that defense. Also, this is a very easy. Against like the lower difficulties, you could actually just knock the enemies back to their base and win like that, since our allies are not killing them very quick. Nah, there's emergence. We got very close to the base. In this game, I explained it in my beginner tutorial, but you can either win by killing all of your enemies after the final wave and then moving on to the base, or you can just push the enemies super far back and destroy the base, which will end the battle immediately. So in events where there's no tanks, definitely try and win by knockback. It's going to be your easiest way to get a quick time, which will increase the amount of points you get. Because in this game, in ranking events, you can get an extra 10% score by completing the ranking event stage very quick. So if you don't have any boosters, but your team is optimized, you can get even more points than someone with boosters. So just keep that in mind. You really don't need boosters for ranking events. Okay, Kohaku there, as you can see there, falling below 25%, she does an immense amount of damage. But Kaseki essentially survived that entire time without any healers. That just goes to show how incredible he is. Of course, I can't really hear it right now, but you should have been able to hear his voice. His attacking animation is pretty interesting. He uses Kohaku's shield. So that actually makes it perfect. He's using the shield from Kohaku, which I think he made for her. So this is just a perfect duo, right? This is all you need, and some support characters. I should be able to clear the highest difficulty once I max out Kaseki as well as Kohaku. But right now I'm not there yet. But as a new player, definitely reroll for Kaseki if you don't have any good tanks, because tanks are kind of the most important role on your team. If you don't have a tank, your team, no matter how strong it is, it's gonna buckle. Now that's a bit ironic because on my main account, I'm using a team with no tanks for the very hard difficulty. I can get it done in 2 minutes each clear, which is very fun. But that's a bit of a different situation, and this is quite a unique event. But generally, you need a very strong tank, so make sure you pull for Kaseki. He's gonna help you so much, especially if you already have the Kohaku from last month. Next video, I'm gonna talk about Chelsea, and then after that, we will go through the ranking event versus Joel. Talk about how many dupes you should get for Joel, and if he's even worth going for using your stamina fish and gems for stamina. But that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like, subscribe for more Dr. Stone and Battlecraft content in the future. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and I'm out.